Hello everybody and welcome back to K Tutoring. I hope you are all well. Okay, this question is another GCSE question. It's a grade 8-9 question, and it's called a quadratic simultaneous equation. Okay, a quadratic simultaneous equation. There's a number of steps for this equation, but I'll go to work this out, but I'll go step by step. Okay, let's begin. Right. This is the question, okay? It's x squared plus y squared equals 17, okay? That's the first equation. Second one's y equals x minus 3. Our objective today is to find the values of x, find the value of y, and put those values in there, in these places, and we should get 17, okay? This is slightly different from a normal simultaneous equation where you'll have x plus y something, another x plus y something. Okay, this is slightly different. It's a quadratic, and they're much harder because obviously it's a grade 8-9 question as well. So find the value of x, find the value of y, and then plug them into this equation, and you should get 17. So let's begin. Right. So the first thing we need to do is we're going to substitute this y equals x minus 3 into there. So y equals x minus 3. So x minus 3 can go into there. So I'm going to write down x squared, copy that from there. We're going to have plus y squared. Now y we know is x minus 3. So x minus 3 squared, because it's squared there. So all I've done is got that y, which is x minus 3, put it in there and squared it, equals 17. Straightforward. Next we're going to expand that. So we're going to have x squared plus x minus 3 times x minus 3 equals 17. Why? Because x minus 3 squared means 2x minus 3. You times them together. Okay? Let's move along. So next part, we're going to have x squared plus, now we have to simplify this, expand and simplify, which is going to be, if you work this out, x squared minus 6x plus 9 equals 17. That's if you open these brackets up, okay? So when you open this up, you get this. X squared minus 6x plus 9. Y equals 17 is already there, okay? Now, let's put all the like terms together. All the like terms. I can see an x squared there and an x squared there at the moment. Okay, nothing else. So x squared plus x squared is 2x squared, okay? 2x squared. Then we've got 1x on its own, just there. Okay, no other x's, so that comes straight down. Okay, no other one with that. I'm going to underline that, and then we've just got a 9 left. Okay, plus 9. Okay, that's all we have left, equals 17. So we've put the like terms together. There's only one x there, a number there, a number there. Now, like I said, put the like terms together. We need to put this 17 with this number here, because that's a number, that's a number. Okay, so we need to put that together. So what we're going to do, we are going to minus 17 on this side to make it 0. So 17 minus 17 will be 0. But we have to minus 17 on this side to balance the equation. Okay? So minus 17 on this side. Get rid of that and make minus 17 on this side. So you're going to have 2x squared minus 6x plus 9 minus 17. Plus minus equals 0. Why 0? Because I've minused it from this side. I have to minus it from that side. Okay? Right, now we've got a couple of like terms there. Okay, so we copy the rest. 2x squared minus 6x plus 9 minus 17 is minus 8 equals 0. Okay, I hope that was straightforward so far. Okay, brilliant. Next step. I did say there was going to be a few steps, and there are quite a few steps. Okay, but I'm going like, each step at a time. You could skip a step if you wanted to, right? But I'm doing it every step of the way. Yeah, I don't want to miss anything out. Okay, right, now we've got a quadratic 2x squared minus 6x plus 2x squared minus 6x minus 8 equals 0, but we've got a 2. Ideally we want x squared here, x squared. So how do we make this x squared? We divide it by that number 2. So we divide it by 2. Divide that by 2, divide that by 2. Okay, and that would give me, if you divide that, you get x squared. 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. Okay, so you're going to have x squared minus 3x minus 4 equals 0. Okay, that's your quadratic. That is your quadratic. I'm going to underline that. Very nice. Okay, so that's your quadratic. That's what we wanted. Okay, right, now if you factorize this, we have to factorize this, put these in brackets. Okay, so we need two numbers. So first of all, let's put the x's in y, because x times x is x squared. We've got that already. Brilliant. Now we need a 4 at the end. So two numbers to make 4 times together. That's going to be 1 times 4, or 4 times 1. But the same two numbers, if you add or take away, you get 3. So 4 take away 1 is 3. We can do that. So we're going to put a 4 there and a 1 there, okay? Now what do we need here? It's going to either be a take away or an add, or take away and add there. Where does, which one goes where, okay? So we're going to put a minus there and a plus there. Play around with this and you'll see what you get, okay? And I'll try and do another video on factorization, okay? How to put them in brackets, a quadratic into a brackets, okay? So this is your answer. Why? Because x times x is x squared, yeah? Minus 4x plus 1 will give you minus 3, okay? And minus 4 times 1 will give you minus 4. Okay, minus 4 times 1 will give you minus 4. That's your quadratic, your factorization, sorry. I factorized it, okay? Now, so we see that equals to 0. Now we've got our values for x. We can get our values. Because the first one is going to be x minus 4 equals 0. So x equals 4. Okay, x minus 4 equals 0. So just substitute. So minus 4 goes on the other side. X equals 4. Then we have the other one, x plus 1 equals 0. X plus 1 equals 0. I'll write it there. And how do you find x? Just minus it from both sides and you get minus 1. Okay, so let me just underline that. X is equal to 4 and x is equal to minus 1. Got a bit of a smudge there. Okay, right. So these are your values of x. So we had that quadratic. We had x minus 4, so we factorized it. X minus 4, x plus 1 will equal that. Then how do we find x? X minus 4 equals 0. So I've got the first bracket. Substitute, so x is 4. X plus 1 equals 0. Substitute that. X equals minus 1. There are your two values of x. So all these steps led you all the way down to x. Okay? Like I said earlier, you can miss a few steps if you wanted to. Right, now, what we need to do is find y. Okay, find y. Right? And the easiest way to find y is there. Y equals x minus 3. So all we have to do, put the x value in there, work that out, and we'll get the value of y. Really easy, okay? So if we found x, all we need to do is find y. Y we know is this. So we've got x now, put the value of x in there, we should get y. So y equals x minus 3. Let me just do a line here. Okay, it's not one of the best lines ever, but there you go. So y equals x minus 3. And that was from the equation above, okay? That was from there. Y equals x minus 3. Now we can plug in our x in there and we'll get the values of y. So when x is 4, y is equal to, so when x is 4, I'm going to put 4 in there, okay? I'm going to put 4 in there. So 4 minus 3 equals 1. Okay? So y is 1. So when x is 4, y is 1. Okay? Let's do the other one. Let's move it up a bit. When x is minus 1. See, when x is minus 1, I'm going to put minus 1 in there. So what I'm doing is putting these values in there to get y. So now I'm going to put minus 1 in there. So y equals minus 1 minus 3, which equals to minus 4. Okay? So there are my y values. So x is there. There's my x values there. X is 4, x is minus 1, and y is 1 minus 4. Okay? 1, minus 4. They're my values, okay? Right, so we found x and we found y by putting the x values in the equation. Remember, in the equation, okay? And then we've got the values of y. So when x is 4, y is 1. When x is minus 1, y is minus 4. Now we need to plug these values, x and y, into this equation. Remember I said in the beginning of the video, we need to put x and y values in it to see if it does work to make 17. Okay, so we have x is 4 and x is minus 1. Okay, so we're going to do one of these. One of these will be fine. So let's do these ones. When x is 4, y is 1. Okay, we'll do that one. 4 and 1. Okay, 4 and 1. So let's put 4 here. When x is 4, y is 1. Okay, so if you do 4 squared, 4 squared will give you 16. Okay, 4 squared will give you 16. Okay, so 4, I'm going to bracket that, put a squared there. 4 squared is 16 plus 1 squared. Now 1 squared, you know, is 1. Okay, so 4 squared is 16, add 1 squared is 1 equals 17. It works. It works. It works. It works. Excellent. Let's try the other values. When x is minus 1, y is minus 4. Okay, when x is minus 1, y is minus 4. Now let's see if that works. So when x is minus 1, so I'm going to put minus 1 here. Squared. Y is minus 4. Now remember, y is minus 4. When x is minus 1, y is minus 4. So let's put a minus 4 here. Squeeze it in there somewhere. Okay, when you square a negative number, it becomes a positive. So minus 1 squared is the same as 1 squared, yeah, which would be 1. Okay, when you square minus 4, it will be a positive number. So minus 4 times minus 4 will become a positive number. So minus 1 times minus 1, minus 4 times minus 4 will be a positive number. Okay, so 1 squared will be 1, minus 1 squared will be 1, minus 4 squared, okay, will be just 16. It will be just 16. Okay, 4 times 4 is 16. Yeah, so 1 add 16 is 17. It works. It works. Okay, so all I did was find the values of x, find the value of y, and I put these values, x and y, into the original equation. Okay, the original, let me just underline the original, just about original equation. Okay, I'll put them back in the original equation. So I put 4 when x is 4, y is 1. I worked that out, it was 17. When x is minus 1, y is minus 4, it gave me 17 as well. Okay, and that is it. There's quite a few steps here to do. Like I said earlier, you can miss steps out. Okay, you can miss steps out, but it's best to go through each step just to make sure you have done it correct. You don't miss something. You might get it wrong. Okay, but you'll know when if you've got something wrong, because in the end, when you plug in the x and y numbers, you won't get the outcome. It'll be probably something else. But hopefully, you will get it right by doing these steps. Okay. So this was a quadratic simultaneous equation. As you can see, there's a lot of steps there. There was a lot of steps there. Okay. But in the end, we found the values of x and y, plugged them in, and we got our answer. Okay. So that was the video on quadratic simultaneous equations. I hope you understood this video. It was a lot of steps to do this, but with practice you should be okay, as long as you follow the procedure and the method. And this is the method I use, and it works perfectly. So whatever you find easy, whatever you understand, but I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and share with your friends, colleagues, friends, and see if if they can do this, and if they find this easy, this method. Okay, thanks for listening, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you. Bye bye.